couple days ago, I made a video talking about why it's hard and impossible for men in their, you know, really all ages of men, but in particular, like older men, 40 year old, it's over for us. And the reason it's over is because social media, dating sites really kind of, it messes everything up because, as I talked about in the other video, a lot of women don't even have to go out on dates anymore. 10, 20 years ago, you had these apps. It was really a way of getting to know a person and then, going out, getting to know each other a little bit better, Match, harmony, shit like that, had a little bit more intrigue to it. But now, since a lot of the apps are just over saturated, if I'm not getting matches on this app, I could go to this app and I could fake my profile and I could fake this and I could fake that. So in particular for men, a lot of men, they're screwed because you could match with as many females as you want to, but if she have 20 options to choose from, you really have to be the best of the best. You got to have everything. You got to be 6'8". You got to make 7 figures. You got to drive a certain car, have a certain job. That's just how the market is. I mean, you could go overseas if you want to. You could become a passport bros, but then even guys are going over there. So now women are looking at, they're looking at guys with a little bit more money now. A couple years ago, you could get away with going over there with a couple thousand, but now it's oversaturated. So in this video, I want to talk about particularly how it's a wrap for women as well. Social media really fucked up the whole dating dynamic for guys and girls and gays or whatever. I don't care who you dating. You could be whoever you want to be. A lot of people are lying about who they are online. A lot of people have a lot of options. A lot of people want to play games. So for women, it's a young woman's game, right? But then in today's society, you have a lot of older women who's competing with the younger women. You go out in these big crowds, you see the younger girls, of course, showing off their bodies, wearing skin tight clothing. That's been going on. They get a certain age and they want to show off. But now you get 60, 70, 50-year-old women who's wearing crop tops and trying to wear their skirts a little bit higher. They're competing with the young girls because at the end of the day, they know that's what the guys like. The older you get as a woman, the more, less, we want the young girls. I don't want to say anything stupid, but it's like, men age like wine, women age like milk. The older you get, the more, desperate women get. Whereas men, we have a little bit more time to work with, especially if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. But the reason it's harder for a lot of women is because options. Again, back then, women, it was more one-on-one. You had this one guy you liked, you really got to know him. You didn't have too many options to choose from. And if you did, it was hard to come by. Like, you went out, but before, you didn't have to sit in your living room and have 10, 20 guys telling you how beautiful you were. I feel like, in a way, that fucks things up because a lot of women, it conceits a lot of women. It makes women feel more than what they are. You have, and it is what it is. It comes with the game. But I think you have a lot of guys who would tell these girls exactly what they think they want to hear just to try to, smash. And so a lot of guys give this validation, which is, attention for women is like currency for men. You giving these women exactly what they want. So now that date is not, we don't have to go on a date. Again, why would I go on a date with one guy when I could get attention from 20, 30 other guys telling me exactly what I want to hear? And you know what? They would even pay me. I don't need you to pay for my dinner. I don't need you to pay for my drinks. These guys will cash out me $20. It's, and then here's the kicker. Women will do this as long as they're in their prime, right? But soon as they hit 40, 50, now they can't find a good man. You like, damn, I wonder why. Well, because you had too many options. When you're 20, 30, 35, you could play this game. But then I feel like the whole social media thing, it fucks women's minds up into thinking that they have way more options than they have. And then they get older, and then they're trying to settle down, and then, oh no, there's no good men, all men are dogs. And it's like, no, you never got the chance to, you know, find yourself, and you had all this freedom and all this options, and everything was superficial, and you took that in as like it was real, and so it filled your head up. So now 20 years go by and there's no such thing as a good man. And then what happened is the younger girls come after the older women, they see what's going on, and then they get filled with the same poison. And so what happens is, that's why you have a lot of older women who have to compete with the younger girls by wearing, you know, skin tight clothes, going to go get plastic surgery, showing off their goods. They have to compete because they realize that's what the men like. Because when they were in their prime, they didn't, you know, they weren't trying to find a good man. And so it's hard for men and it's hard for guys, but I think shit, it's gonna be like a good 20 years as long as these social media apps are out, and dating platforms. Anybody could be anybody. You getting people who's in a relationship right now with people overseas that don't even exist, but they're telling them what they want to hear, so they're in a relationship, and these relationships going for 20, 30 years. Catfished. That's the power of the internet. People, like, it fucked up everything. You don't even have to get out and know anyone anymore. You don't have to talk to anyone. It takes all, remember how when you met a girl, you got to ask her favorite color, ask her what her favorite restaurant was. You don't have to do that anymore. It's all in the damn bio. So but by the time you get on a date, if you get to a date, because everybody flaking now, she, you know everything about her. You ain't got nothing to talk about. Social media, dating apps, you know. So and then, yeah, and here's another one that I want to throw in there. When these girls, they hit these poses, get the good lighting, the makeup, the filters, guys, you know, we y'all know this. Girls, they know what they doing. They know we think with our eyes. We are very visual creatures, and so they take these photos and they put themselves in the best light. But then our expectations as guys be through the roof, like, oh my God, I got a bad bitch. And then you get there and that's not her. Now, I know how many times that happened to guys. Happened to me one time. I'm not a online app type of guy. I use it as an extension. Like, you know, I'm on the bathroom, I'm bored, in between time I swipe, but I don't expect anything out that shit. I go on there probably every 2 years. But yeah, it's, use it to your own discretion. But I just want to be very clear. The more guys and girls use these dating apps, the more it's going to fuck up relationships. It just will. Again, I say in 10 years, love won't even exist anymore. What is that? What is love? What is that? We don't know. Yeah, there's no such thing as loyalty. Girls have way too many options. And, you know, who are you? Who am I? Like, she talking to 30 other guys and I gotta compete with these 30 other guys just to get this one girl, like, because of options, because of, yeah. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. I love y'all. Share this video with anybody who could use it, and have a blessed day. Deuces.